Good morning, good morning, good morning. Celeste the Silver Cord here, bringing you your cards and coffee, cards and caffeine at this point. Mm, man, I love the Twin Flame community. You guys are so cute. Cool, notifications went out. You guys are so cute. So, I did get some special requests. Man, that light is terrible, isn't it? Am I drinking it again? Oh, well. So, I had the cutest thing happen, right? So, now the last couple of days have been rough, really, for everybody. The last week or so, I know the end of September or the end of August, I did this whole thing where I was like blacked out for a couple of days, and you saw what happened, and I didn't do lives for a couple of days, and I received an email asking for a reading, and I was like, dude, I'm not in the zone, I'm not in my energy, I'm not doing readings for anybody right now, da 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 da. Well, this guy went through the trouble of actually stalking me down on Facebook. He sent me a friend request and everything and a message, and I didn't see it for a while because it was at the end of last month. I'm just going to keep tinkering with this thing now. Anyway, so he went through the whole trouble of stalking me down on Facebook, and I finally got through to him last night, and it was so sweet because all I did was pull this deck out, cut it, and pull these 3 cards, and I thought it was so cute because it's so perfect for the Twin Flame community. Here we go. So this gentleman, very much Page of Cauldrons with his message of love and deep, deep passion for his poor Empress Shells, who is on bed rest right now. And I even sent him a message, and it must have been late at night because I'm not sure where they are in the world, but I even sent a message to him because he had said she was on bed rest. And I was like, obviously I'm a woman, so I was like, is she pregnant? Thinking somebody might be. But I do sense that she is also in nerve pain. And people who don't know nerve pain, it's like a toothache, but it's in your body somewhere. So that's nuts, right? I've explained it before where, like, if my neck bothers me, or like back in the day when I've gotten hurt before, I'll feel nerve pain. You don't feel it usually where you're actually hurt. It's a nerve firing that causes that pain. So I'm just thinking about what cards to use today now that I've brought all this up. I do so love you guys, man. I thought that was so sweet. He just put in so much work. He's like, my fiance is stuck in bed and she really likes your stuff. And he was going to pay for a reading. And I was like, just so that, there they are. Just so that she would have another episode to watch just for herself. So that's what I mean when I tell you guys that I feel compelled to continue to do these things, especially the people who end up popping up in here and watching lives and stuff like that. You guys send off a lot of energy. I can't stand this angle or this light anymore. I'd rather be in the dark than badly lit. But I just thought that was the sweetest thing ever for him to go through so much trouble just to get some random person, because whatever reason the messages were resonating with her. And that's it. That's the thing about being in these communities, in the collectives and whatever it is that you're personally working on. All of us have different, that's not any better, is it? I'm trying with this stuff, guys. Such a pain in the butt. I thought that light would help. Anyway. That's love right there, right? That's love. He did that for her. And I thought that was just absolutely one of the sweetest things that has happened for me, or that has come through. And it was perfect timing for it, too, with the Mars retrograde and everything else. Well, actually, all the planets are retrograde except for 2 right now, so that's just intense. That's what I was talking about. We're in the bubble, and the storm is around us right now, and everybody is at base camp, and everybody's getting acclimated. And I've been talking a lot with people today about the Ascension flu. A lot of people have been suffering from the Ascension flu, which is, it's kind of like having the flu, but it's not having the flu. It's like you'll feel really sick, but you only feel really sick for like a minute or 2 at a time, and then it just goes away. You know, a lot of people, one friend, when I posted about the Ascension flu, she kept saying, she's like, I kept thinking I had COVID, and I'd go and get tested, and it kept coming back negative. Well, honey, that's because you don't have COVID. You got the Ascension flu. I put it in a video months and months and months ago when COVID first started coming out, about how the effects of COVID are just like if someone were to just drop you off on the top of Mount Everest. COVID symptoms are exactly the same as altitude sickness. Isn't that trippy? So when we say that the planet is raising in frequency and all this is all tying into each other, yes. Are some of the conspiracy theories that are going around about, governments and stuff like that doing shady shit? Yeah, they're taking advantage of it. Of course they are. That's what they do. That's their whole, that's their thing. What? Control the masses, control the narrative, control the perceptions of what's going on right now. For those of us that, and especially, like I said, in the Twin Flame Lightworker community, many, 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 many of us are placed into bodies that have a lot of pain. And during these kinds of times, you can have flare-ups in those areas too. The other day, I said, I don't really feel it. It doesn't feel like it used to. Like it used to be, if I tweaked my neck, it would feel like battery acid was pouring down my bones on the insides of my arm. I mean, it would be bad enough to get me into tears at some points. But I did notice, like 2 or 3 days ago, like all day, it wasn't as bad as that, but it did feel like it felt like my whole arm was a big giant bruise on the inside. Now, in 2015 was the last time. No, there was one time after that. But that was the worst time that I've thrown my back out since the initial accidents, was in 2015. And I didn't do anything. I sat down in my car too fast. And I tweaked my spine. For those of you who don't know, that's when I got the MRI. That's when I went to the hospital and I got the MRI that I had. One disc is herniated, 2 are bulging. They're all cracking apart. It's from my L5 to my S1. And I did have a tear in my spinal column, which would leak fluid and cause massive, massive migraines. And yeah, I was on bed rest then. For 2 weeks. My sister was in the house that I'm in now. She took my kids from me for those 2 weeks so that I didn't have to move around that much. After those 2 weeks, I started, I still had to take my kids to school and everything else, and everybody else had to go to work. And I mean, I could move sometimes, but like riding in the car at that time, just riding my kids 20 minutes to school and 20 minutes back, about 30 minutes in the car, all it would take, that I wouldn't be able to walk for a while. There was a lot of days where I got home from dropping the kids off. I'm not sure how many of my neighbors had to watch this, but I would actually have to crawl from my car to my front door if I forgot my cane or anything else like that. So, and the last time I threw my back out, I didn't end up on full-on bed rest, but I did, I was pretty much in a wheelchair. The wheelchairs don't really work for me though, because I can't sit when my back is out. Not sitting like in a proper chair. Sitting in a proper chair, I can't do it. Like my body just, it won't. That's why you always see me sitting Indian style whenever I'm doing my readings and stuff like that. I can't sit flat with my feet on the floor for more than like 10 minutes before I'm in excruciating pain. Like when I say I don't feel pain anymore, it's because I listen to my body. And I know exactly, that's why I said the yoga was so important for me. Let's go this one today. Yoga taught me how to listen to my body, and it's hard when you're dealing with pain because you have to listen to your body, which means you need to focus on it all. Well, what's the number one thing they tell you to do with pain? Don't focus on it. Don't focus on it. Just ignore it. Just take a pill. Just forget about it. Don't think about it. Don't move. That was a big thing too, not being able to move. But unfortunately, not moving makes certain, especially joint pain, stuff like that, worse. You need to move. You need to stretch. Even if you can't get out of bed, you know who I'm talking to. Even if you can't get out of bed, you should still try to find ways to stretch without hurting yourself. The point in yoga when you are learning to do it, especially if you have any type of physical disability, is you're not supposed to be, the objective is not to do the pose the exact way your teacher's doing the pose. The objective is to stretch as far until as soon as you feel it, back off just a little bit. You know, some of us have to be way more gentle with our bodies than other people. Some people can go and do the blasted out workouts. I mean, I used to. Back before I actually tore my spinal column and all that, I did manage to work out. My objective then was, I had gotten myself, I was building core strength around my injured spine. At the time, I had only had degenerative discs. They weren't fully herniated or anything else like that. But they did cause me a lot of pain. So what I had done was I did the Jillian Michaels 6-week 6-pack and 30-day shred. I did 30-day shred, and then I did the 6-week 6-pack, and then I rotated those two back and forth so that I wouldn't get bored. And I did all the different levels. So if you're strong enough to do those are great workouts. And she incorporates yoga and stuff like that into a lot of stuff that she does. But I can't do that anymore. I physically can't. And that's a humbling thing with age too, is the limitations, you know. I mean, I used to be an extremely active person. Extremely active. Like me and my friends were always, 3 nights a week we were at dance clubs. During the day we were doing things like roller skating down the Virginia Beach oceanfront boardwalk. You know, as little I was always climbing trees and stuff like that. You know, Aries in general are very active people. So being forced to be inactive is very hard on us. I didn't get anybody else's signs, but I forgot my dice. I got astrological dice yesterday. I just could not help myself. I think I might do some cards and coffee where I'm going to roll the dice and do a sign for each side and do a conversation. But no, today I promised I would stay on task with this. But no matter what your situation is, if you're stuck in bed right now or if you're just stuck at home, listening to your body is very important. Like I said, when I do the rain rituals, there's a point, and that helped me out a lot too, because the rain rituals and the whole point of those, for me, how they work for me, is, like I said, it's raining on you. You're supposed to be, like in yoga, You are supposed to be mindful of every muscle, every movement in your body at this point when you're meditating that hard. You should be focused on all your energy grounded down into the ground and feeling like you could feel your energetic roots in the ground, and you've done your pull up and you've cast it out. And now the energy is also raining down around you, and you can feel all the drops hitting your skin. And yeah, it's cold, so you're going to shiver a little bit. And it's a matter of getting yourself into the focus where you are so calm and in control of your energy that you stop shivering. And that's kind of how I dealt with the pain. I acknowledged it. I recognized where it was. I went through all these yoga revolution and stuff like that with Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. You can find her. She's awesome. And so I did that, and I learned how to listen to my body, and I learned to listen to where the pain is, and I learned, I didn't escape the pain per se. Like, I'm not magically not in pain anymore. I still do feel pain. It's just my mind processes it differently now. That still doesn't mean that I can go and do all the things that I used to do. I just can't. I'm never gonna go rock climbing or bungee jumping or anything that's totally physically straining. Like even me and Rob, our vacation ideas, we want to do like the Adirondacks hiking trails and stuff like that, because pretty much all I can do is walk. So I walk a lot, and I try to see as much beautiful scenery as I can. All right, so I hope that helps who it needs to help. I hope you guys appreciate how special that little twin honey bunny. You and your boo are definitely twin flames. If he went through all that for you just to get you a personal message out here. So that was really my personal message for you, Shells, since I know that you are stuck in bed right now, and I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of love and healing energy. And I know anybody on the 143 who sees this will also be sending you tons of love and healing energy through your time right now. Okay, so this is going to be the collective message for everybody, that just the energies going on right now with our massive, every so many years, retrograde season of chaos. My freaking car didn't start this morning. Again, with the electrical stuff. Electricity does not get along with me, and I don't like computers. Car computers screw me up. All right, so you guys are going to love this. This, I'm going to say too, because I titled this for the Twin Flames. This is for my Twin Flame community. Those of you who genuinely understand, get it, know it's more than just romance out here, people. We are a collective unto ourselves. The levels that Twin Flame soul clusters can do, the energy and the love that we can share for each other. It's really an amazing thing. It's like, it's sad because 3D stuff does get in the way. Okay, so I'm going to get to the cards. And the reason I got all excited is because what? What do we have? We have the Ace of Wands again and the Ace of Swords. People are getting passionate. People want to talk about how passionate they are. Why? Because somebody's feeling Nine of Cuppy. And then we've got that Jack of Love here and the Ten of Pentacles. Why? Because love and abundance is the same frequency. Lust and greed are the same frequency, but love, true, genuine love, and abundance are the same frequency. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So we got the Prince of Wands here. We're getting still more of these fiery messages want to come out. People want to start talking about stuff. I'm not sure if we're quite there yet, guys. We still plants are going to start going direct at the end of this month. But also got a Mercury retrograde coming up too. So communication is going to be kind of wonky. Why do I say that? Because the judgment is still reversed. People are still unsure about whether what is a delusion, what is reality, what is really happening right now. Is all this stuff really happening? Is it really happening? I'm not going to tell you. You can figure it out yourself. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Dominion. Two of Wands. You want to be up here? Are you prepared to climb up on them stilts? I like this card in this one. He's standing on a field, and there is a wall of fire on the other side. So for me, I'm getting a big feeling on this of things is burning down around you, but you are trying to see what is on the other side of that wall of fire, aren't you? Eight of Cups. People are moving on from old ideas, thought processes, and all that other nonsense that has been holding us back. Guys, we are right on the precipice of walking away from all that stuff that the 3D nonsense. You should feel this way just because we've always done it this way. I saw a post earlier talking about, cheating is just part of the downs in a relationship. What the fuck is that? Walk away from that kind of fucked up programming. Oh, once you have a baby with somebody, you can always sleep with them. Walk away from that fucked up programming. Okay? This is what we're doing, people. We're walking away from these 3D mindsets on what actual love is versus what romance is. What's the difference between love and lust? We're walking away from the nonsense, guys. You've all been locked and grounded so that you can learn how to do all this. Queen of Wands reversed. Now we got all those planets retrograding and Chiron and all that in Aries. So yeah, Queen of Wands is a little struggling to keep certain fires burning at this point. All right. But some of us do need to take a break from some of the passion. You know what I'm saying? Taking a break from it lets you know what is actually to you. So now I did put in my past lives cards in here because we're doing twin flames. So yeah. Love life. Not just another person. Love life. I'm warning that it's coming again, guys. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was. I don't think it's going to affect everybody. Depends on what frequencies you're riding on. But, I mean, just look at your newsfeed. You see this going on already, don't you? Cancer culture in the YouTube community. People are digging up things out of people's past, blasting them for how they acted years and years and years ago, you know. A lot of the programs that are being redone is where the role of the mother was placed and how oppressed that energy has become over the last 2,000 years. So a lot of what's happening in the world right now, it's not like everybody says the goddess is rising because the earth is the goddess and she is rising. That is her energy, and it's a nurturing, mothering energy. And sometimes mom's gotta, lay it to you a little bit. So yeah, you've all been spanked and sent to your rooms to go think about why you have these messed up programs and everything else like that, so we can all relearn them so that we can go back to being able to be who we are and being able to work in a relationship in a team way where there's not set roles. Like, yeah, I do all the dishes, and yeah, Rob takes out the trash, but on the weekends, I mow the yard and Rob folds the laundry. It's about changing these roles. It's about changing these roles all the time. One parent, for some reason, there's an old programming. I'm not going to go back and forth with you guys. I just want you to know I dislike. There we go. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It's been a rough couple of days for everybody, guys. It's been a hard cycle. But summer solstice. So the summer solstice is about coming back into the light and bringing light to things. It's kind of like the sun card of this deck, right? And also, it's putting out the message that by next summer, there's going to be big, big changes. By next summer, things are going to be a lot brighter. We have to get through the storm, all right? You had your calm before the storm where everybody was locked up. Now we have the storm. And then this comes after the storm. You know, you have your new moon promise cards. All right? Isn't that sweet? You're sitting there looking at the moon in the sunset or sunrise, depending on where you are. Now, the new moon promise card is beyond just what you've promised other people. This card is about what have you promised yourself? What did you promise yourself? There's been a lot of promises you've made to yourself that you let go to the side because you were fulfilling promises for other people. So, or obligations to other people, or that kind of thing going on, right? People pleasing. To please somebody else, you've been breaking promises to yourself. Stop that. This is not just about promises you've made to other people. This is about honoring promises that you made to yourself, to love yourself, to treat yourself well, you promised you were going to start eating better, drinking more water, whatever it was that you promised yourself that suddenly you're not doing. Need to get back on that. You don't need to wait till January and the New Year resolution to do it. Actually, you're more likely to fail if you wait till then. Do it when the universe tells you to do it. If you say to yourself, that's it, I'm going to drink 8 cups of water today. I am not going to eat no junk, no carbs, no blah, 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 blah. I'm going to walk my dogs. I'm going to go and do and get it done. Go and do and get it done. Well, I figured that, well, your English typing actually was fine. It just, I didn't know what you meant by going back and forth. I just picked up that you were having just a rough time the last couple of days. All right. Today we got successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises, and promotions. You know, you can work this in your house too. This doesn't have to actually be like at your job. So some of you are in for big shifts at your job. Some of us are more home-based. And this could be, maybe it's time to start awarding some extra jobs to some extra little people. Maybe offering a way for them to be able to boost their allowances and start teaching them how to move forward in things too. Remember, sometimes you are the boss and you need to act like the boss, okay? And for those of you in the workplace, just keep an eye out for those opening opportunities. Don't be too quick to write things off. It's Mars retrograde. You can really easily trigger it away from something that could bring you a lot of money. I saw somebody posting about how Mars retrograde and she got offered some job that she would have got a third of $60,000, but she turned it down because she got a weird feeling that day, and it turns out it was Mars retrograde, and she walked away from it, and then she missed out on her money. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendships. Doesn't that go along with what I was just saying? If you're a mom out there and your little people are driving you nuts and they're all over the place, you want to ground your kids? Put some weight on their shoulders, bring them into the fold, make them part of the team. We are actually just talking this morning about we're going to start instituting a family game night. We're thinking of doing something really fun with the kids. So that's what your messages for today are. All right. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. As always, like, share, subscribe, spank my bell if you enjoyed your readings. If you need any readings, I'm only doing them for my members of the Coven of the Silver Cord by request. You will have to, the link will be below when I go back and do the thing. I'll put the link below to the Coven of the Silver Cord where you can, come on over there. We've got some new approved readers that are eager to do some free readings in there for you guys. And we offer cards and coffee sometimes over there, and I do all kinds of different things. And I'm going to be focusing more over there too. So I love y'all. Have a beautiful day.